So, sage Vasishtaji is describing Aneka Vichitra Brahmandas. Again, in between, he is telling that in and through all of that, what is permeating is the Adhisthana CHIDAKASHA. Adhisthana Satchit Ananda Parabrahma only. So, at the macro level known to us, in all Brahmandas, is that Parabrahma Adhisthana. At the micro level known to us, whether you call it as atoms or microns, whatever, even that also permeated by Adhisthana Brahma. Therefore, that is why again and again in Vedanta, this is said that on the Adhisthana Brahma only, the micro, Anu, and macro, Bruhat, Veshti, Samashti, with all its Jati, Dravya, Guna, Kriya, etc., are only Kalpitha, only projected. Never ever they are real. Isn't it? The ability of a intellect of a sadhaka going through this serious listening, exercise, contemplation, and is able to understand, you know, that changeless, immutable Brahman and all the trick that's played by mind and Maya, that intellect is matured. Isn't it? When theory is clear, half of the problem sorted out. Not all. When practically on the seat of meditation, of course, with the prior required external sadhanas, when we really reach to that state of being, then everything is clear. That state of being can be experienced by us if we put efforts, as we are now under the influence of ignorance, delusion, experiencing through the upadhis, kalpita upadhis, the Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti avasthas. May this knowledge sink into our hearts. May we seek the truth, reality, the Chidakasha. Having seen it, the transcendental, may we realize that immanently too, ever that alone is there. Thus, there is nothing other than Brahman, and that Brahman is me. Therefore, there is nothing other than me, Dvaita, for me to have any sort of samsara. That's the beauty. Okay, let us start our Mangalacharana Shloka Adi. Then we will do today, if possible, the entire mantras of this 30th Sarga. Having only 34 mantras, I thought in 2 days we can do. It took 7 days for us because of the very important content that is contained in that. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Nidhaye Sarvavidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarvalokanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Yerime Guruvihi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakyataha Sarva Vedantaha Satchastraha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham Om Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varanane Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadirlakshyam एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक इंदव संस्कृते धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्र से पारायणम अध्ययनम साधना प्रयत्न मुक्त्यर्थम वयम सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभोः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदम्। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षोर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने विचित्र ब्रह्मांड वर्णनं नाम त्रिंशतितम सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच। सो 10th मंत्र अंतः शून्याः स्थिताः केचित्, not 10th, 18th। कल्पक्षय रात्रयः तरंगा इव तोयेब्धौ प्रोह्यन्ते शून्यता अर्णवे। Some Brahmandas are not yet manifested. Sankalpa has not yet happened in them. They are in an unmanifest form in that infinite consciousness, like the unmanifest waves in the ocean. केशांचिदन्तः कल्पान्तः प्रवृत्तो घर्घरारवः न श्रुतोन्यैर्न च ज्ञातः स्वभावेन रसाकुलः. In some of the Brahmandas, the whole Brahmanda's time span is over. The Kalpanta, the Brahmandanta started, and it started making the sound of the end of Brahmanda, not heard by others, not understood by the others or beings, because Rasakulaihi, everyone are totally overpowered in their own involvements at various levels. Annesham Prathamarambhe Shuddhavoshu Vijrumbate. In some of the, the Brahmandas, okay, in some of the Brahmandas, just now, the life started expressing. Like when the seeds are put in water or earth, small seedlings come in that way. Sargaha samsikta bijanam koshe ankura kalayatha. Like the samsikta bija exposed to water, in that ankura comes in that way. See, even our scientists also keep on starting thinking as to when the life has started on the earth, and each one with their different parameters of inquiry. Hazar, 2000, 1 lakh, itna, a lot of they talk about million years, 10 life, 10 million years, billion years. The life started on the earth. Like that, there are some Ramandas. Just the life is Ankurita only, right? Now, in some of the Brahmandas, Maha Pralaya Sampattau, the Maha Pralaya has almost started acting or happening. Surya Archer Vidyuto Drayaha, Surya Archer Vidyut, the sunlight, the other fires, and the Vidyut, the lightnings, etc. Adrayaha Galitum Pravruttaha, started melting all the mountains in that Brahmanda. Kechit Tape Himakana Iva, like in the sunlight, the Himakanas get burned, melted. The ice blocks get melted in the heat or sunlight or tapa, any of the. So too, the Maha Samudra, sorry, Adri, the Parvatas are getting melted, means you can imagine the position of all the other living beings. Even the पर्वतास getting melted मतलब कितनी गर्मी होगी, बाकी सब का हाल हो गया होगा खत्म. Heat. So you can see the human beings now on the earth creating so much of radiation. You know, year by year, they say the degrees of temperature is increasing, because of which even the Pacific Ocean, etc., also is getting, when such oceans disturbed. Therefore, there is total disturbance in the weather and atmosphere, the monsoons. कब गर्मियाँ कब सर्दियाँ नहीं पता कहाँ. In the desert also, the floods and rains are coming, isn't it? So you can get an idea of what is meant here, that the heat is melting even the mountains in some of the Brahmandas. All those, this is the meaning of Varnanam of the Vichitra Brahmandas, means in each of the Brahmanda, how it is and what happening there. What's happening there. आकल्पं निपतन्त्येव केचिदप्राप्तभूमयः यावद्विशीर्य जायन्ते तथा संविन्मया किल. Some Brahmanas not finding any stable place to stay, keeping on coming down, falling down, till in that speed they get Vishirya Jayante, totally get broken into pieces, and then finally dissolve into the cause, the pure consciousness only. Hmm. So Yavad Vishirya Jayante Tatha Samvinvaya Kila means on the pure consciousness, because these are all projected, they have to be dissolved also. Therefore, in the dissolution, many ways, one of them is this way, wherein they are not finding the base, so they are as if falling down. Now, each of the Brahmanda, how They are staying in those respective places, and within them, how the jiva is staying there inside. The questions can be asked. Some of the subtle answers are given here. More of scientific, the scientific minded people can easily understand them than we people. कि स्तब्धा इव स्थिताः केचित् केशोण्ड्रकमिवाम्बरे वायोस्पन्दा इव भान्ति तथा प्रोदितसंविदः. So, mm, mm, स्तब्धा इव स्थिता केचित् केशोण्ड्रकमिवाम्बरे. Before that topic, some of these Brahmandas are just stand still, staying like the, as we said, the Keshondrakam, unmoved, stationed there only. Vayoho aspanda iva abhanti tata prodhita samvidaha. So they are just unmoving, staying there only, no Brahmanda Vayus moving it. This is how. Now comes this topic. Acharad Veda Shastranam आद्य एव अन्यथा उदिते आरंभोऽपि तथान्येषाम् अनित्यः संस्थितः क्रमः. Hmm. So, acharat. Acharat means be very clear in this, not difficult at all. All the jivas for whom the Brahmandas are made, whatever the acharas they have done, whatever therefore the future places for them they deserve. That is meaning of acharat. And as per the Vedic rules, regulations, Shastranam, Adya eva Anyatha Udite. The Brahmandas continuously keep on appearing. So, why this Brahmanda is? It is suitable for those jivas who are supposed to stay there. So, as per our other Puranas like Bhagavatam Adi, the Narayana's Navikamala, the Brahmadeva Avirbhava, and he is told to, you know, create the prajas and put them in that Brahmanda created. So, how that Brahmadeva creates that Brahmanda and puts the jivas again is because of these. So, this Brahmadeva for these particular jivas responsible to make this Brahmanda with all facilities. He has done it. Over when another Brahmadeva comes, given the job, he will make the Brahmanda as required for those beings. Where the Pramana will always be there behind. Because the Narayana is the one who finally jots down the jivas with what karma, what phala they have to get for that, what lokas they deserve, what shariras they deserve. So, like in some of the hotels, Vichitram, morning time they make only breakfast. No lunch items naturally. और वो लोग आकर वही खाकर चले जाते. दोपहर if you go after 12, no breakfast items at all. From 12:30 to 3:30 they give only the lunch items. Again evening 4:30 to 6:30 they have the evening snacks. और कुछ नहीं होता. Then again 6 7 के बाद the snacks are over, only the dinner items. Those people come there, those items are made. So that particular hotel you can consider as one Brahmanda at that one time. So Acharat Vedashastranam Adya eva Anyatha Udite. Arambhopi Tatha Anyesham. Therefore Anityaha Samsthitaha Kramaha. So every Brahmanda should be same. Why there Chitra Vichitrata? To that question, this is the answer. Isn't it? Jivas are given freedom. Therefore, using or misusing or abusing that freedom, various karmas they do. Therefore, they deserve various phalas. Necessarily, the Brahmanda has to be different at each other. Like on the earth too, each of the countries, jivas, human beings, have the different desires, desire and needs also. Depending on their needs and desires, that particular country is molded. The cold climatic countries have different houses made, clothes made, other things. The hot atmosphere countries will have different setup. Everything is totally different. वहाँ का खाना इधर का खाना अलग, कपड़ा अलग, रहन सहन अलग, हैबिट्स अलग होते हैं, isn't it? You can't tell them ये तो 3 दिन से नहाया नहीं. One in that such cold atmosphere, they can't take bath so much and not required because the sweating wetting नहीं होता. And that the Tamilian chameleon cannot copy in the India में. ये इतनी गर्मी होती है. There 3 times a day you take bath, still there is sweating. No, no, they are not taking. I will not ought to take. They are not taking. I will not take. It will be horrible. It is. In the same way, that fellow seeing the chameleon, if he says, "I will also take thrice a day bath," you will become frozen only there in that cold, isn't it? Even dressing. Why in those places suit, boot, coat and tie they wear? Because of the cold climate. That the हवा अंदर जाना नहीं चाहिए इसलिए. And in India, in South India, why that lungi and all that? Because it's so hot, and even if that is not worn, it will be, a calamity on others. Therefore, aram se kullam kulla, they wear dhoti and all that about. These people, if they wear the tie, suit, boot, coat like them, inside they will be woven only, isn't it? And those people who I'll follow Tamilian karke, if he wears the lungi, ठंडी हवा जाएगा, he will die there. See, all of that. Examples on the earth only. Same way, each Brahmanda need not be the same. That much is understood. Arambha api tatha anyesham anityah samstitah kramaha. So, every Brahmanda need not be. Like on the earth too, every century is not the same. As the time keeps on changing, the human beings, their natures, their requirements, all of them are going on changing. 100 साल पहले जो था वो अब नहीं हो सकता, isn't it? 100 years back, everybody used to chew and eat sugar cane juice, isn't it? How you tell now, all the denture will be stuck to the sugar cane only because 80% have the dental problem. Original teeth तो है ही नहीं, सब लगवाए हुए हो जाएगा वो, isn't it? Like that, many examples you can take. So this thinking, see, we are doing it first time, expanding our intellect beyond me, my house, my gully, to the Ananta Koti Brahmandas level. The one who is able to think in that macro level, he will not have the micro problems so serious. When we are not able to think bigger, then only small things become big issues and problems. When you think big that way, then small things won't become big, then these big things also become small. So, that most beautiful thing is the Brahmandas are compared with the waves rising and setting in that infinite ocean of consciousness. So, very deep meditative thought using the Upanishadic Jnanam, etc. Here also it is said, no wave is other than water. So, to know Brahmandas, any micro content also can never be other than Brahman, which we studied yesterday more than 20 minutes. Tasmin sarvam tatas sarvam तत्सर्वं सर्वतश्च यत् तच्च सर्वमयो नित्यं तथा तत् अणुकं प्रति शुद्ध बोधमये तस्मिन् परम आलोकवारिधौ अजस्रम एत्य गच्छन्ति ब्रह्मांडाख्याः तरंगिकाः. कल हमने देखा पूरा. Okay, this having said this, आचाराद वेद शास्त्राणाम आद्य एव अन्यथा उदिते आरंभोपि तथा अन्येषाम अनित्यः संस्थितः क्रमः. Kramaha anityah samstitah. So, this is an answer to the direct sentence and the contradiction with the literal meaning of a sentence in the Vedas. What is that? Dhata yatha purvam akalpayatu. This is what is a famous sentence, very quoted. So Dhata, the Brahmadeva, yatha purvam, as it was earlier, akalpayat, he projected Brahmanda. So the yatha purvam akalpayat gives that feeling that like the earlier Brahmanda, exactly this Brahmanda is made. No. The yatha purva means as the earlier Brahmanda is made on the orders of Lord, as per the Veda Pramana, as well as suitable to the jivas who are going to stay. That's the meaning of yatha purvam. Doesn't mean exactly like it was. So, this colony is made like the other colony. It has two meanings. Like word का meaning तो है exactly as that colony was there is there वैसा ही बनाया. So that colony, let us say in 20 acres, here also 20 acres. So in that colony also, the independent duplexes are these many, and the three-storied apartments, six-storied apartments, then eight-storied apartments. Three-storied apartments में these many four-bedroomed flats, each floor two. है ना? So here also in the new colony made like that. Like word meaning, like word means like this, one meaning. Other meaning, deeper meaning is what? This colony also is made like that colony means suitable to the people who are going to stay there. Because that also made suitable to the people who are going to stay. कौन वहां रह रहे हैं है ना the middle class people, the lower middle class, the higher middle class, depends, no? Big people who have lots of money, they're all well known. I say, so yatha purvam akalpayat means that process he followed like that. Doesn't mean exactly pictorially in all its measurements, it is exactly like that. ऐसा नहीं. So that वैदिक कोटेशन का सही समझाने के लिए हमको यहाँ बता दिया कि फॉलोइंग वेदा इज कॉमन, भगवान ऑर्डर इज कॉमन, and as the requirement of the jivas, there each brahmanda, the jivas going to stay, there are different. Therefore, that way it is made. You know, like the schools, the play school, suitable to the small children, it is made, isn't it? The primary school, the upper primary school, the secondary school, the senior secondary school, the college, each one suiting to them. Now, it will be made differently in that way. Any example you take, the playgrounds, which is the sport, according to that, the ground is made. फुटबॉल के लिए अलग होगा, हॉकी के लिए अलग होगा, रग्बी के लिए अलग होगा, क्रिकेट के लिए अलग होगा, टेनिस के लिए अलग होगा ना. You cannot have the same type of ground for each of these sports. Now, see, even though in one way Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are the Srishti, Sthiti, Laya Kartas, okay, standardly told. Yet, among those Brahmandas which Leela is seeing, and Saraswati Mata is showing, and Vaashishtha ji is explaining to Rama, each of the Brahmanda will have different devatas as the heads. That is said here. Kechit Brahmadi Purushaha, Kechit Vishnwadi Sargapaha, Kechit cha Anya Prajanathaha, Kechit Nirnatha Jantavaha, Kechit Brahma Adi Purushaha. Some are the Brahmandas where they have made by the Brahmadeva and he is the head, he is managing them. Brahma Adi Purusha. So need not be all. Kechit Vishnu Adi Sargapaha. Some of the Brahmandas are having the Sargapaha, the creators, as Vishnu Deva himself. Adi also means some of them have the Shiva Bhagavan also, or Indra Adi. They are made to rule it. They are made to make it. They are given the abilities, powers, permissions. Then Kechitcha Anya Prajanathaha. Some of the Brahmandas are mainly ruled by the Prajanathaha, the Prajapatis. They take care. When they require anybody's help, they will take. And interesting, Kechit Nirnatha Jantavaha. Some are the Brahmandas, Nirnatha Jantavaha. There is no Brahmanda Adhishwara. You know, the beings are created there, but Nirnatha, there is no, they themselves are managing themselves. So, no Natha required there. Maybe very highly evolved it must be that the ruler, controller, governor is not required. Nirnatha Jantava. Jantava means the beings are there which have no Natha. Hmm. So, and then Nirnatha Jantava also means the Pashus are there, Jantus. Nirnataha, nobody to. That way God guide them. And suitable to them is that Brahmanda, and they don't go beyond any limits like the human beings. Na? Therefore, उनको घास फूस दे दो, उनको उधर छोड़ दो, वो grazing करते रहेंगे. They don't do papa punya, they don't have politics or all that nonsense. No. So some Brahmandas are only with the Jantus, Nirnatha. Some are governed by Brahma or Vishnu or Shiva or Indra or Prajapati. In some of them, only Jantus are there, Nirnatha, no Natha. So they stay together, love together, they may kill each other like a forest, Nirnatha. लेकिन कोई नाथ नहीं होता इस जंगल में, बस वो पशु ही अपने आप रहते हैं. कभी मिलके रहते हैं, कभी who knows two elephants fight and kill each other. होता है वो. Tigers fight each other and kill. उनका अपना इलाका होता है. When other is intruding, they fight. The crocodiles in the waters, don't you see, fighting with each other? Serpents fight. अरे पंछी, कबूतर देखो आप शाम के समय, they have their own अड्डा एरिया. आपका वेंटिलेटर में देखो, some other fellow from other place comes, they all attack him only. ऐसा होता होगा आइडिया. In this way, केचिद् विचित्र सर्गेशाः, केचित् तिर्यङ्मयान्तरः, केचिदेकार्णवा पूर्णा, इतरे च निवर्जिताः, केचिद् विचित्र सर्ग ईशाः. So, the Sarga Ishwaras are Vichitra variety of them. They are given freedom through their mutual permutation combination. They are making again the creation in that Vichitra Sargeshas. Okay, like one monopoly, somebody has taken contract of the entire thing, so they make everything as per their plan. Otherwise, like in the Indian system or many such middle class countries, middle level wale mein, so if you see a village, 10 types of contractors are there. I'm talking about one aspect of building construction. So Vichitra Sargeshaha, depending on the owners, what are the way they want the houses to be made, they make like that. That is the meaning of Vichitra. Vichitra is not funny and wondering. Vichitra means variety. Not one, but many are given that job to do it. Vichitra Sargeshaha. जैसा उस दिन हम देख रहे थे, when you are seeing a hotel, see the non-veg making people are different, veg making people are different. In the veg also, the Indian different, continental very different. So अलग-अलग लोग होते, they are विचित्र सर्गेशास, isn't it? अब चप्पलों का दुकान में जाओ, विचित्र सर्गेशाह. Totally, the men section of the footwear is different. The women section is different. Sports section is different. Children section is different. शू के शॉप में आप जाओगे, सेम नहीं रहता हो. कपड़ों का भी देखो, द मेंस वुमेन्स वेयर, ऑल ऑफ दैट देयर. उसमें फिर कैजुअल वेयरिंग इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द ओकेशनल वेयरिंग वंस. वहां अच्छा शादी के लिए कपड़े, वहां उसमें जाओ कहते. गर्मियों के कपड़े इधर, सर्दी वाले, इफ यू गो टू दैट सर्दी सेक्शन, you see only the woolens there. Vichitra Sargeshaha, and examples are given. So, Kechit Vichitra Sarge, Kechit Tiryang Mayantaraha. In some of them, only Tiryang Mayantara, only Tiryak Pashus are there. No Pakshi, no Manusha at all. Kechid Ekarnava Apurna. Okay, some of the Brahmandas are filled with full water only. एक अर्णव अपूर्ण एक समुद्री पूरा उसको डुबा के रखा है इतरे सम ऑफ देम आर जनिवर्जिता नो ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एट ऑल जनि मीन जनिवर्जिता ह्यूमन बीइंग्स के अलावा और मे बी इवन अदर बीइंग्स आल्सो जस्ट ब्रह्मांडास आर देयर so that is the meaning of vichitra brahmandas that are there in the whole akasha in that chidakash isn't it? If you go to any bus stand or even generally a busy time on the roads, you can see a double decker bus है ना नीचे ऊपर पूरा भीड़ इतनी भरी हुई है कि लटक भी रहे लोग दैट इज वन ब्रह्मांड देयर इज अ सिंगल डेकर बस इज देयर full there also hanging there is a half filled are there there are some buses only sitting is there nobody stand like office going buses उनको बैठने को जितना लोग है उतना बैठाते nobody need to stand school buses have different way cars isn't it there is one car पांच लोग बैठ के भी जा रहे हैं घुस घुस के the another car only driver is going means owner only driving and going the autos are there कितने अलग अलग आप दिखते हैं ये सब यू कैन इमेजिन एज ब्रह्मांडास इन द कॉन्शियसनेस इन द इन्फिनिट कॉन्शियसनेस केचिद एकार्णव अपूर्णाः इतरे जनिवर्जिताः no beings at all some are there like that then kechit shilanga nishpindaः kechit krumimaya antaraः kechit devamaya eva kechit naramaya antaraः kechit shila anga nishpindaः so some of them are full of Shilanga Nishpindaha, the pebbles and stones, etc., in that entire Brahmanda. बस शिलांग यही है उसमें the stones, boulders, pebbles, mountains, hillocks, only that are there in that. Kechit krumimaya antara. Some of the Brahmandas are having only krumi. The krumi means the small microbes, insects, etc. Only वही है उसमें बस. Not even the titili sized beings also living creatures उससे छोटे कृमि कीटक बोलते हैं ना जो mosquitoes the half flies and bees they are all called कृमि and उससे छोटे कृमि is the bacteria the viral fungal which we know they are all कृमि कहते हैं so the pesticides the कृमि samharaka the things which we use some brahmandas only have the कृमि mean the jivas who deserve that life they are there. So केचित् कृमिमयांतराः केचित् देवमयाः एव some brahmandas only have devatas only nobody is allowed there देवमयाः ब्रह्मांड पूरा देव मतलब लीला मंच में आज क्यों ऐसा क्यों है अच्छा वो वाला कृमिमय है ये वाला देवमय है so he was पत्थरमय है तो श्री सरस्वती is explaining माता here also Vasishtha ji telling Rama then kechit naramayantarah there are some brahmandas only human beings are there not like this हमारा अभी ये ब्रह्मांड भूमि में all are there मनुष्य पशु पक्षी वनस्पति कृमि कीटक that one is only Naramaya Antara. Antara means that particular Brahmanda in its contents having only Nara human beings. So only human beings, one Brahmanda, some Brahmandas, only Devatas, some Brahmandas, only Krimimaya, some Brahmandas. So only ladies special bus, gents special bus, school children special bus, laborers special bus. होता है कि नहीं आर्मी वाला बस उसका रंग वो अलग ही होता है द ट्रक और बस और whatever why put them in the truck I don't know such hard working people एसी वाले बसेस देना चाहिए कंफर्टेबल रहेगा because when the body is taken care it cooperates with the mind to plan well and it also is ready to help so the army vehicles only they go in that साइंटिस्ट लोग जाते हैं गाड़ियों में आप you can see that in many of those places where such specialized factories or etc. are there. Mm. Some places you have the factory or company, and that related what you call colonies are there. तो ऑफिसर्स कॉलोनी से ऑफिसर्स के लिए बस जाता है, द अदर्स स्टाफ के लिए स्टाफ का बस जाता रहता है. So in that way, Devamaya, Krumimaya, as well as the Naramayaha, some are the Brahmandas. Then Kechid Nityandhakaradhyaha Tatha Shirita Jantavaha Kechid Nitya Prakashadhyaha Tatha Shirita Jantavaha. Some Brahmandas are Nitya Andhakaradhyaha. Ever it is absolutely pitch dark. Tatha Shilita Jantavaha, and in that the Jantus which live are also the ones for whom the darkness is suitable. तथा शीलित जंतु मीन्स उस अंधकार को पसंद करने वाले वो जीव वहां रहते हैं. उल्लू लोग रहते हैं. Easy to understand. Whoever like the darkness, such beings only stay there in that. So to kechit nitya prakashadhyaha, always prakashamaya are some brahmandas. No, they don't even know what do you mean by night or darkness. And in that tathashilita jantavaha, the beings for whom that suits, they are there. Even on the globe also, near the poles and all, there's some places. Out of 24 hours, 18 hours there is light, only 6 hours darkness, or 20 hours light, 4 hours. The other way around also is there some places. 20 hours light, 4 hours darkness. 20 hours darkness, 4 hours light. ऐसा कोई जगह है? तो तथा शीलित जंतवः, जिनको वो सूट करता है वो लोग वहां रहते हैं. सो नित्य प्रकाश, नित्य अंधकार, मनुष्यमय, देवमय, कृमिमय, जीवरहित, ओनली पेबल्स एंड स्टोन्स मय. You understand how many types of Brahmandas that they are told? Few are being enumerated here. From this you can imagine they must be endless like that. अब आइडिया इतने ब्रह्मांड क्यों है अपद में समझ में आ गया ना. Suiting to those jivas. Ananta Koti Brahmandas, because everything not suitable to everybody, na? That's how the lavishness. A big man, when he organizes a function and arranges food, so he will put the variety of the food items suiting to each one. मैं यही बनाऊंगा, यही खा के मरो, ऐसा नहीं होता. There are people who love lot of spices. अब उनको घास फूस खिलाओ तो बोले दोबारा मत बुलाना मेरे को, तुम कर ले शादी, लेकिन आई विल नॉट कम. ही वांट स्पाइसेस, तो द स्पाइस सेक्शन होता है वहाँ, जबरदस्त बढ़िया सा. एंड देयर आर सम पीपल, दे लुक एट द मिर्ची, उनको एसिडिटी हो जाती है. लुक एट इट, दे कैन एबल टू स्मेल दैट पंजेंसी ऑफ द मिर्ची आल्सो. एब्सोल्युटली जीरो, इवन पेपर आल्सो यू कैन नॉट ऐड. उनको रॉ वेजिटेबल बॉईल करके रखना है बस. उस पे वो कागज पे पेपर लिख के वो उस सब्जी को दिखाकर यू विल ईट दैट मच ओनली. तो दैट सेक्शन शुड बी देयर, है ना. सम लाइक द स्वीट्स, और स्वीट्स वाला होना चाहिए लाइक दैट. अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांडास फॉर अनंत कोटि जीवास. So you and I all are together at this Brahmanda at this time, means somehow our thinkings or wants are similar type. Therefore, suitable place Bhagavan kept us, even though while staying here also each of us have the different choice. But still they are all available here. Think. So after this, depending on our choice, which Brahmanda we have to be sent, will be sent. Next one, केचित् मशक संपूर्णा उदुम्बर फल श्रियः नित्यं शून्यान्तराः केचित् शून्य स्पंदात्मजन्तवः. So केचित् मशक संपूर्णा. Some Brahmandas are full of the mashaka, the mosquito. That fellow mosquito, he said from mashaka, the Sanskrit word only. So the mashaka sampurnaha. Udumbara phala shriha, like the udumbara phala, the fig tree, fig flower, fig fruit. Within that, the small कीड़े मकोड़े होते हैं. उस तरह के ओनली मशक संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड. So you can understand, some maybe must be only सर्प, पूरे उस ब्रह्मांड में सांप ही सांप रहेंगे, पंछी पंछी ही रहेंगे, इस तरह. Then नित्यम शून्यांतरः केचित्, तो some brahmandas are there, बस always शून्य, they are, no living beings are there, बस that way their presence is required in that infinite consciousness. Then केचित् शून्य स्पंद आत्म जंतवः. Some of the brahmandas where the beings are there, but chalana rahita. Shunya spanda atma jantavaha. The jantus where there is no spandana at all, but they stay. So you can take example of trees, कि they can't move from one place to other, or the ajagar जो कहते हैं, pythons वगैरह. So they stay at one place बस. So if we are also sitting in front of the TV like a python, है ना, the शून्य स्पंद आत्म जंतु will be sent to that lok. इस तरह, if you are sucking the blood of people, isn't it, then that mashaka loka will be sent there. In this way, so many brahmandas. Now, sargena tadrushenanye purnayentardhyamiha kalpanamapi nayanti vyoma purna chalo yatha तादृगम्बरमेतेषां महाकाशं ततं स्थितम् आजीवितं प्रगच्छद्भिः विष्णुवाद्यैर्यन्न मीयते. सो सर्गेण तादृशेन अन्ये पूर्णाः ये अंतर्धियाम. Okay, in this way, I explained to you few of them, Rama. So many that way Brahmandas are there, having variety of jiha. Ye antardhyamiha kalpanam api nayanti. Antardhi means the ones who have become so subtle, so deep in their meditation, so purified, etc. Highly evolved beings, in short. Even they also cannot completely calculate, quantify, measure the number of Brahmandas, variety of Brahmandas, and the beings that are there in them. Antardhyamiha kalpanamapi na ayanti. इवन अंतर्धि महात्माओं के कल्पना में भी नहीं हो सकता, इतने सारे वेराइटी ऑफ ब्रह्मांडास आर देयर. व्योम पूर्ण अचलो यथा, यू नो, लाइक द व्योम पूर्ण अचलो यथा. सो Vyoma Purna Achalo Yatha is a beautiful example. It's a mountain but full of space. What is the sublime indication there? Like in the space, the mountain with its all solidity is only Kalpitha. Because you can't say there is no space in the mountain at any point. So if everywhere in the mountain there is space, what's the relation between space and mountain? Space grossified under some parameters or some type of paddhatis is called as mountain. So too, all the Brahmandas that are seen, shown, told, explained are nothing but the pure Ananta consciousness only seen that way. That is the Ananta Maya Shakti. Agatita Gatana Patiyasi. Okay. So Antardhiyam Iha Kalmanam Abhina Ayanti. Even the wisest and the wisest also cannot fully comprehend all the Brahmandas and their varieties. Okay. Tadruk ambaram etesham mahakasham tatam sthitam. So, ajivitam pragachadvihi vishwadyairyan namiyate. Tadruk ambaram etesham mahakasham tatam sthitam. So, like so many mountains, all of them are permeated by the space, one way. The other way is in the space, all these mountains are projected. So, too, the mountain placed Brahmandas are projected in the space placed Mahakasha, Chidakasha. Okay, how many are there? What are the contents in them? What is the size of them? When they are born? When they get dissolved? All these details. Ajivitam pragachadbihi Vishnuadyaihi yat namiyat. The Vishnu, Brahma, Maheshwara, Adishesha, even these people As long as their life is there, so long also, even if they try to measure the quantity, the quality, the variety of the Brahmandas, they also cannot come to a conclusion. कि इतने हैं करके. Like how many stars are there? You can't say on the sky, twinkling stars. In the same way, how many variety Brahmandas, how many varieties, what they have when they start, what is their position when they dissolve, how they dissolve. विष्णु आदि देवता मिलकर भी कोई भी उसको कह नहीं सकते. आजीवितम प्रगच्छद्भिः विश्वाद्यैर्यत् न मीयते. So their number and their size, their whole history, nobody can explain about that. So much, so much. That means डोंट आस्क मी बियॉन्ड दिस कि कितने हैं और बताओ. विष्णु देव भी आकर आपको बताते जाएं, वो अपने पूरा जीवन भर भी बताएं तो हो जाएगा जीवन तो. लेकिन द नंबर ऑफ ब्रह्मांडास एंड देयर वैरायटी डजंट एंड. इतने सारे. हाँ, सी दैट. देन प्रत्येकस्याण्डगोलस्य स्थितः कटकरत्नवत् भूताकृष्टिकरो भावः पार्थिवः स्वस्वभावतः. This little scientifically sublime thing. प्रत्येकस्य अंडगोलस्य स्थितः कटकरत्नवत् भूत आकृष्टिकरो भावः. In every ब्रह्मांड गोलकः Kataka Ratnavat, like the studded diamonds in the bangle or any necklace. One peculiar thing is there in that each of the Brahmanda. What is that? Bhuta Akrustikaraha Bhavaha Parthivaha Swaswabhavataha. You understood? Like on the earth we have the what you call gravitational force within. Therefore, as much this earth's atmosphere is there, to that extent any of the objects come, it is pulled by the earth into its own center. Like that, in each of the planets, when you go into that planet's atmosphere, it pulls those things into itself. In this way, in every of the Brahmanda, Bhuta Akrustikaraha Bhavaha Sthitaha. This is the answer to the question, how come which jivas are going there, how they are staying there only, why they are not flying away. That bhuta akrustikaraha bhava is there. It's only an idea given. How it looks like, what it looks like, is only of that Brahmanda. You go there and study. Like on the earth, the bhuta akrusti is different. But the person of a, 70 kilos, 75 kgs, or 90 kg goes to the moon, his weight will be 15 kgs only there. 1/6 हो जाता है. But वहां उस तरह का भूत आकृष्टिकर भाव, the Gurutva is there. The Chandra Bhumi Akarshana. In some other planet, if you go, here the 60 kg fellow may be 200 kgs there. But there is that Bhuta Akrishtikara Bhavaha. Parthivaha Swaswabhavataha. That's why be attentive. The Brahmanda is intact, and in that the Panchamahabhutas are intact, and the beings also are staying there only in that. ये है वो महामाया शक्ति का और एक अद्भुत अद्भुत विलास. Otherwise, with the movement of Brahmandas from one place to another, all the being inside should get scattered. Because with such a speed the things are moving. 31 kilometers, our earth is rotating around the sun every second. What a speed it is. With that, we all have to be thrown away from here. No, that is a Bhuta Akrustikara Bhava here on the earth. With so much speed when the earth is revolving around itself, rotating around itself, revolving around the sun. Still, we stay intact. We don't even feel that we are moving. That's how this Gurutvakarshana Shakti Prabhava. So mystical, so mind blowing. What is the ability of an intellect of human being to understand all that. ये तो छोटा दिमाग है, कितना समझ सकता हो, isn't it? We have never understood our own body mind so far. We never understood our children, wife, husband. How all this can be understood by us? But a sample is given, a glimpse is given. प्रत्येकस्य अंडगोलस्य भूत आकृष्टिकरो भावः स्थितः स्वस्वभावतः. So that is given to it, that it will do the akashana of the things to stay there which are supposed to stay there. Bhuta akrishtikara. Okay. Then यह सर्वविभवः अस्माकं धियां न विषयं ततः तत् जगत कथने शक्तिर न ममास्ति महामते. अब देखो वशिष्ठ जी नमस्कार कर रहे हैं राम जी को. हे महामते, you know that यह सर्वविभवः अस्माकं धियां, this is vibhutva of the Ananta Koti Brahmandas. I am Vaashishtha, Brahmaputra, I have my own knowledge given, yet to my buddhi, dhyam na vishayam tataha, tat jagat kathane shakti na mama asti he mahamate. More than this, to do the kathanam, explanation, detailing about this Ananta Koti Brahmanda Yukta, Ishvara, Leela or Jagat, I don't have the Shakti to explain. Even Vasishtha ji says, मैं थक गया. थक गया in the sense, I cannot explain. So, यह सर्वविवाह अस्माकं धियां न विषयं ततः तत् जगत कथने शक्तिर न ममास्ति महामत. To whatever level my intellect could perceive and tell you, I could tell you, but more than that is the universe, much, much more, which my intellect cannot measure. So, from this, 100 things can be explained. One crucial thing is what? Therefore, instead of that way, trying to inquire about the Jagats, how many, it is better is to realize the Brahman, the Atman, the reality, and get moksha. Ultimate thought. Second is what? When the Brahmandas are Kalpana, to the Kalpana there is no end. Na? Like when the rope is rope, when you see the rope as rope, ended. Brahman Adhisthana is one. The moment rope is not seen, when you start doing Kalpana, is there any end? To how many Kalpanas you can do on that? Ignorance of the rope, because of the ignorance of rope. है ना? Snake. No, snake is a general word भाई. Snake के कितने variety हैं? कितने रंग वाले हैं? कितने साइज वाले हैं? जहर के हिसाब से कितने तरह के हैं? So many you can imagine. Because it's a projection, anything you can. So to garland you can imagine. No, is it one garland? बताओ कितने फूलों का garland imagine कर सकते हो? 100 people are saying it's garland. But each of them are saying it's different. कोई कहते गुलाब का है, कोई चमेली का, कोई चंपा का कहेगा, कोई करंडुला का कहेगा, गेंदे का कहेगा, कोई कहता है प्लास्टिक फ्लावर्स है, कोई कहता है कागज से बना फूल है वो. अब कौन रोकेगा उसको? When the reality is not known, there is no end to the projections. Somebody says a cloth. The Rajju cloth. Which type of cloth? Somebody says the Bhuchidra. Somebody says the Jaladhara. And which Jaladhara? पानी है, किरोसिन है, तेल है. उसका variety कितना भी है. So in this way, one reason is when it is Kalpana, it is endless. Therefore, our mind intellect cannot fathom it. Second is it's possible to realize the Adhisthana and get liberated. So make that possible. That's the purpose. है ना? इसलिए इस जगत में किसी को आप समझने का कोशिश करो हो नहीं सकता. भगवान को भी समझ नहीं सकते, but you be one with it. You can be one with Lord without understanding Him. He is not to be understood. It is me, that's it. Maximum understanding is a Satchidananda Rupa. That's all. Then यह सर्व विभवः अस्माकं धियां न विषयं ततः तत् जगत कथने शक्ति न मम अस्ति हे महामत. I don't have the ability. Okay. Now see the example. भीमांधकार गहने सुमहत्यरण्ये नृत्यन्त्यदर्शितपरस्परमेव मत्ताः यक्षा यथा प्रवितते परमाम्बरेन्तः एवं स्फुरन्ति सुबहूनि महाजगन्ति. So Bhima means ferocious and terrible. Andhakara, darkness. Gahane, deep. Absolutely pitch darkness. What is that? Mahati Aranye, in the dense forest. In the deep dense forest of pitch darkness. Nutyanti, many are dancing. Adarshita, unseen. Parasparameva, with each other or independently. Mattaha, fully intoxicant. Who are they? Yakshaha. लाइक भयंकर अरण्य में अंधकार में वहां अंधेरे में इतने सारे नहीं दिखने वाले यक्षों का नृत्य चलता रहता है, डांस. यथा प्रवितते तथा परमांबरे, इन दैट सुप्रीम चिदाकाश अंतः, इनसाइड इट, एवं स्फुरन्ति सुबहूनि महाजगन्ति. सुबहूनि, मेनी मेनी, महा, inexplicable, in every aspect of it, the brahmandas that are there. So, in the pitch darkness of a jungle, so many extras unseen are dancing. So, too, in that uh, Ananta Chidakasha, Ananta Koti Brahmandas are dancing, playing, and dissolving. Nobody can explain the end of them. Ab dekho. What science is searching, already our rishis have told us. And yet, all of that is Kalpitha on the Adhisthana Brahmanda. Adhisthana Chidakasha Parabrahma Tattva. इति, इन दिस वे आर्षे श्री वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकि उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे विचित्र ब्रह्मांड कोटि वर्णन नाम त्रिंशः सर्गः. इन दिस वे द 30th सर्ग ends. विचित्र ब्रह्मांड कोटि वर्णनम, in effort to describe some of the ananta koti brahmandas. Now daily do little pondering over that. Then the three things are: one, yet the substratum is the reality; two, Ananta Koti Brahmandas are there; three, according to our karma phala, we'll be wandering there. Fourth is what? Avoid that, realize the Adhisthana Brahman, liberate. Think about these things. Keep on thinking. Any number of gurus come and tell us on the base of Shastras. It is our thinking, our contemplation, which goes on giving the depth of knowledge, the expanse of the knowledge, with their spashtata. Inexplicable is the jnana mark. जानते जाओ, आप सोचते जाओ, ओपन होता रहता है ज्ञान. One jnana remains same, that sarvadhishthanam is Satchidananda Advaita Brahma, in which Janma Jara, Vikriya and Mrityu or Nasha, etc. are not there. When you listen to this like this a few more years, then the understanding that the substratum is there intact starts becoming stronger. And we have to realize that also becomes stronger. Other than that, everything is Kalpitha, need not value that knowledge also becomes stronger. Then, in the pravritta, we start becoming nivritta, to that extent, the samsara gets reduced. Beautiful it is. May all that happen to us along very soon in this very life. Om Purnamadaha, Mul Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai, Sri Vaashishtha Bhagavan ki jai, Sri Valmiki Bhagavan ki jai, Saraswati Maiya ki jai, Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki jai, Sri Yoga Maharamayana Shastra ki jai, Sadgurudeva Bhagavan ki jai. Thank you. Please join for the study of Vakya Vrutti, maybe one or two shlokas. Tomorrow we may conclude it. I don't know how many shlokas are there.